Crockett!
I'm Hayden.
And I'm Zeph.
And I'm JD.
And welcome to the Camp Davy Chronicles.
Oh man, you didn't stress the "the."
Yeah, no, I swear it stressed the blank, the space.
You made it a special event for a special summer recap episode. The final episode of the summer camp season.
That is what a recap is.
That's what recap means.
Can you define that one more time?
Recap means where you look back and talk about what happened before.
One more time.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so it's great. So this is what? When will this come out?
August 8th.
August 8th. But guess what?
It's not August 8th.
August 8th.
This is our furthest ahead of time recorded episode yet.
Yeah, we just got done interviewing Sean Saccone.
Which came out 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's true. And you'll have another episode between that.
Yep.
But so that makes you wonder, there's still 1 week of summer camp left, but it's not Boy Scout week summer camp.
Yes, Weebelow's camp is happening in the future for us, but the past for you. So we won't be able to fully really recap that, but it did happen. Unless something went terribly, terribly wrong.
Yes, in the next 2 days, unless something terribly unfortunate happens, we will have Cub Scouts and Navy ROTC from Volunteer High School coming in and ending the week with an Explorer post, I believe, from Bristol.
Yeah, so if it snows, it ain't ever going to happen.
It's true, I'll leave.
Actually, if it snows, it'll probably still happen because JD has kind of relinquished his program director duties to other people for the Weeblows week.
Well, kind of, sort of, not really.
Well, yeah, but he's still there. But like you get
less so than in years past.
Right.
So you're not like a very crucial part of this.
It's okay.
It could run not as smoothly without you.
As we established 2 weeks ago, or an hour ago, Sean is the real program director anyway.
Oh yeah, I've said that from the beginning.
Yeah, Zeph said that. JD will acknowledge that he is. So we were not being mean to JD.
I am the public face of the program director job. He does the actual job.
Well, Hayden, so the reason that we're recording ahead of time is because you're at NOAC.
Yeah, I am currently at NOAC, if you can't tell. I won't be at NOAC.
Yeah, you'll be at NOAC during Weeblow this week. So on our first off-season episode, which will be in 2 weeks, you'll have to tell us about that. But now, we need to recap the summer. And we haven't had JD on since before the summer.
Week one?
No,
as the guest host with Mike.
Yeah. Week one ROTC week.
Week one of ROTC week.
So how has your summer been, JD?
I've enjoyed it. Been rather long, rather warm, but other than that, it's been a good summer. Got a lot of good things accomplished. We actually sat down, Dell and I, and Sean sat down yesterday evening and sort of put together next year's merit badge schedule.
Oh.
So
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. I got to hear some sneak previews of merit badges. It's going to be a really cool summer.
Okay.
Can we
not literally?
Do we want to sneak preview one of next year's merit badges?
You were literally the boss. So.
See, I remember last year being like called in to consult on this, and now apparently you did it without me, so I'm a little scared.
I don't know. You were literally the boss, so it's your call.
Yeah, so we completely redid ecology. We're not teaching any of that next year. No, that's obviously not the case. Basically, we've got a rotation of merit badges we do. So, like this year, we did citizenship in the nation. Mm-hmm. Next year, that'll change to world. Some orienteering rotates out and pioneering rotates in, stuff like that. But yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll leave some of the bigger stuff for your off-season episodes
too. As we get closer, because it's definitely pretty cool.
Put in some reveals.
What has been your favorite thing that's happened this year?
Seeing staff come together. Honestly, the defining moment, or my favorite moment is the 2 ROTC weeks going into it and seeing half of staff just completely irate that we weren't doing skits at the opening campfire and doing those game shows, and then having that first campfire and it worked seamlessly, perfectly, or close to seamlessly, and as close to perfectly as you could get. And those same staff members going, all right, I get it now. I see why we're doing this.
Yeah, I always liked the game show idea. I do think the week, what was that? It would have been 2.
Week two was the weakest.
Weird. Yeah.
Week two was the weakest. Two was an odd week, just in general.
Yeah. But all of the rest of it, and it wasn't bad.
No,
just
it was
strange.
not. It was a little strange.
Strange Appalachia, you could say.
Strange Appalachia, sure. Plug another podcast there.
That's JD's podcast.
Well, you can find that one on the YouTube.
You
Only
can.
on YouTube, though.
Correct.
You can't find it on the fancy places.
And
like
a Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's true.
So speaking of Campfire, I know you all wanted to recap some of your early questions. You want to do that now?
What,
you want to segue into your
the predictions,
or you want to leave that towards the end?
Let's talk a little more about what's going on this summer
in general.
Yeah,
Okay.
So you said seeing staff come together is your favorite thing, which of course may be a little bit of a cliche answer, but obviously it's always true. I think I remember. So one of my staff members, Dylan, who was new this year, was talking to me this week about how much he's enjoyed it and how he came in ROTC week, didn't know what was going on and thought he was going to hate it. And then over the weeks, he's gotten into the groove. And he even originally was saying he didn't think ecology was a good fit for him because he didn't know anything about it. And then this week, he's been coming with me for community week, he's been coming with me on the nature tours and saying, I think I'm starting to find my groove in ecology. I think I like
Well, he did spend part of a week as the fill-in ecology director.
He did.
So
That is true.
that was another good part of the summer is seeing his joy in getting to carry a radio around.
Oh yeah, he loved. I think we've talked about it previously.
on Tape's episode.
Yeah.
He loved carrying a radio around.
Yes, he did. And during the community week at the end of one of those nature tours, we bring them into the ecology room. And he went in there and he's showing them all the animal skulls and stuff. And I kind of stepped out and let him do it and just watching him. And he knows what they all are and he's explaining them all to him. And I'm really proud of him.
He is one of our, not that there's any of our first year staffers that I was really not impressed with, but he really has done an excellent job this summer.
Yeah.
Specifically. I've been very happy we hired him.
Yeah, and he even got staff of the week one week. I think
That's
it was
true.
last
Week 4.
Yeah, Week 4. So it went well deserved.
Right. He did talk to me about how he might want to switch to be like a pool lifeguard or something. And then he was telling me, but I don't think any of the other directors are as cool as you. And so I was like,
all in the dark side.
Well, he's got to be wrong about something. So.
Hey,
Everybody can be right.
it was his own words. He said I was the coolest director. I am the only one he's had. So
That's true.
Who knows?
Very
Who
true.
knows?
Very true.
But so Hayden, what's been your favorite moment this summer?
My favorite moment. See, it's such a big.
This might be a
and
big
like
question.
I had to skip out on like part of it, and so because I guess I had left. What was that, week 2, and then came back at the beginning of week 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Right.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
Because week 2 episode was the one without you with James Russell.
Right.
Yep.
So I got to that was sad, but still, obviously, I understand. I don't know. It's such a hard thing to think about all the weeks in together. I think my best moment was this week 3, or no. Let's see. Let's go week 4. Week 4 was the best moment. My archery class, and this has never happened to me before. So I had, I think, 7 kids in my archery class, and all of them qualified within the first day that we shoot. So they were there Monday.
Nice.
None of them have shot archery before. Tuesday, they all qualified.
Wow.
And it was strange because it was like, well, what do I do the rest of the day? I mean, obviously we shoot, and I got like flu arrows and stuff. But it was like, it was just weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never had that happen before. But they all listened and they all did what they were doing, and this was great.
And obviously, I've not heard the Sean episode yet because it was recorded an hour ago.
Yes.
But another important moment that we do need to recap was last night. We finally got the cherry blossom chicken.
Yeah, we did talk about that a little bit, but we did not go into detail about it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, the cherry blossom chicken was great. Mike got to try it for the second time, we think. But
he claimed he'd never had it before.
yeah, and so this will definitely make him mad.
There are also staff members that worked last year that he does not remember for the first time because he was half dead through.
Which will also make him mad because he swears that he didn't forget. And so that's just our goal this episode. Our goal all summer has been to make JD mad. This episode is just to make Mike mad because we can't make him mad.
I mean, we could, but he's right there. So
That's true. So.
Man, if you want to hear, so I've had, obviously there have been plenty of great moments this summer. I think on the Sean episode, you'll have to listen to that one. I told about the coolest eco moment that I've had this summer, which happened yesterday during community week. But also what I did not mention is in that same class, like within an hour of the coolest eco moment that I had, I also got stung by a wasp. So, because I was on the eco porch and I leaned on one of the posts there and didn't look where I put my hand and put it straight onto a wasp and got stung.
Oh, so, I do have to say, when we had fixed like the cable up at the headquarters because like the antenna wasn't in the right spot, and so me and Zeph and Earl were the ones doing it, and me and Zeph were up on the roof, and I'd taken the dish off the roof and uncovered a wasp nest. And it's really like being on a roof is kind of scary, like it has its own challenges. Being on a roof with like 2 wasps is like terrifying, and I'm like freaking out, like going to the other side of the roof, and Zeph's just standing there, and I'm like, okay.
So did you get stung?
No.
Okay.
No. I didn't. Neither did Zeph.
But they got me on the porch.
Yeah, there was payback. I swear it was one of the two. They were just waiting.
But then I was able to turn it into a teaching moment because the scouts were like, wasn't it going to die now? And then I was like, well, no, here's the difference between a bee stinger and a wasp stinger because we were an insect study. It was a great moment.
So wasps don't die when you sting?
No, they don't. Wasps can sting you multiple times.
But bees, now, if you sting the wasp,
it might die. Listen, if a wasp sting me and I get a hold of it, it's dead. It's just...
Bees have barbs on their stinger, and so it pulls out of them. And it will kill them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Now I do.
Now you do. That's why honeybees don't want to sting you. They only sting you in defense of their hive. Or if they're going crazy.
And they'll do that from time to time.
They will. JD, what's been your favorite moment this summer?
Wait, what?
Or one of them?
Did I answer?
The same one that I answered like 5 minutes ago.
No, well, that was your favorite thing about this summer. I mean, like a moment, a little, like a story, something that happened.
The campfire thing.
Oh, what was that?
Where the first campfire worked.
Yeah, that. Okay.
Oh,
so there was the one week that we moved it to Monday night because of the weather, and then you kept it there. And I heard rumors that you want to keep it there.
Correct.
Yeah, it works way better.
Does it? Why do you think it works better, JD?
Sunday is not as rushed. Mm-hmm. Troops have time to come in. So the background to this, for those of you who have not been in the loop that are listening to this, is week 3, we had a giant storm come through basically right at the beginning of campfire window time. And so we moved it, or we canceled it originally. And I had some troops come by and sort of like beg me to do it some other time, basically, so that they could see the game shows. They were really anxious to play the game shows.
Right.
So we sort of shuffled the schedule around week 3 and did it on Monday night. And it just worked so much better because staff wasn't rushed on Sunday. Week 4, we sort of did it again as a trial run to see if it's planned, how much better it could be. We had extra time to do swim checks and stuff like that. We didn't have to do them at 6:15 Monday morning. And then Monday night, it's not really adding anything extra time-wise to the schedule. There's already stuff scheduled there, which week 4 we had to shift around and balance a little bit. But moving forward next year, that will be in the plan, and we won't have to shift stuff on Monday night. But it just worked better. It flowed better. There wasn't as much confusion on Sunday night. Mm-hmm. The whole week seemed to flow better to me.
I do have to say, week 4, when we scheduled it, it was a little rushed because Pool still had like troop canoe, or Pool had troop canoe. Right. So that was a little rushed on week 4. But obviously, if we did that next year, it would be changed.
Yeah, there would be no troop events on Monday night.
Right. Okay. And so that would be different. And so it wouldn't be the same problem.
Well, as Hayden would say, it's interesting.
It is interesting.
I would say that.
I think that will be really interesting to see next year if we keep it that way. That's a pretty big change to the schedule that we're all used to. I mean, I've been coming here for 10 years and it's always been Sunday night.
I'm probably going to be wrong when I say this. But I guess if I phrase it differently, but to my knowledge, no other scout camp does an opening campfire on Monday night instead of Sunday night. Yeah. It's all, and I mean, opening campfire wouldn't really be, I guess, the best term for it because it is not the opener at that point. Your classes would be the opener. But
and I do have to say we had talked, or at least I had suggested, about doing something small on Sunday, so that way you're still kind of getting together.
And we're still looking at what that might be.
Right.
Maybe make the evening flags a little bit bigger of a thing.
Well, see, I suggested, and I don't know if I'm just going to say who goes. So I suggested that they move the OA Ice Cream Social to Sunday. and do like kind of like a party thing, right? And have the OA host it, play some music, and then you get to wear your sash all week. You get ice cream. It's kind of a big deal.
All week? What?
Well, yeah, because like then you would wear your sash if you wanted to all week.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying. Well, you said wear your sash.
To be fair, you can already wear your sash all week.
There's
if you
no
want
rule
to.
that says you can't.
Right.
Yeah.
But most people wait till Wednesday and then or whatever.
So you said wear your sash all week, eat ice cream, and I hear also eat ice cream all week, and I'm thinking you're doing this every night.
No.
Okay.
Just on Sunday.
There's a lot of moving pieces to it still.
Yeah.
I mean, we're early in the planning of that.
We're not done with this summer.
Summer 2023 is a year away.
Yeah.
But we already have the merit badge schedule.
We do. It's also, I don't know if you knew this, but it'll be our 51st anniversary.
Wow.
It's a big year.
That is what happens the year after the 50th anniversary, so that would make sense.
We started a podcast for that. So.
Oh, man.
So there was something I wanted to talk about, and now I don't remember what it was.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Okay. So while we're talking about staff, and you were talking about, to your knowledge, blah, blah. So I think me and you had this conversation, and Zeph might have been there. But I know with Tate, we had talked about how me and you have been on staff long enough for the kids to have come up and be on staff that we've taught.
Right.
Well, JD's at an interesting point in his life. I'll let you explain that he realized throughout the summer.
Yeah, so I've been on staff longer than some of the at least first few year kids have been alive.
Yeah, the campers.
The campers.
Yeah, have been alive.
Not the Scoutmasters.
Not the Scoutmasters. Next year, in theory, there's the possibility that there are staff members that were born after I started working at camp.
Yeah.
Because next year will be my 15th summer, and we do hire 15-year-olds.
What year was your first summer?
2008.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's really weird. Like, we think we're old. JD's like 2002. So,
how old are you, JD?
30.
Okay. Basically
1,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, Mike, we were in the cabin last night, and we were having a conversation. Mike was telling us that from 2014 to now was 20 years.
He was just a tad bit confused.
Okay.
I thought he was going to fight Hayden when we first told him that it wasn't.
What? He was being serious.
He was angry. He was angry that we were telling him that he was wrong. And
oh, no.
as it turns out, he was indeed wrong.
Oh, man.
2014 was not 20 years ago.
Yeah.
How did that math work in his head?
We did not attempt to figure it out.
I mean, I don't know how anything works in his head, but...
We think that he was thinking about 2004.
Yeah.
And just rounded up.
So...
to 20
rounded
years.
From 2004 to 2014. What?
No, from 2004 to now.
Okay. He said the wrong thing.
And rounding.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt of the doubt.
Yeah.
there was a lot of doubt shown when he said it. That's for sure.
Oh man, I will say when we moved the campfire to Monday night, that did end up by default canceling my World Scouting Day thing, which I don't think I talked about on the podcast at all.
Yeah,
but this was. So I did that the first 2 weeks, and then not the second 2 weeks because of Campfire. But it's fine because I did it, so it counts. It was one of my wood badge ticket things.
True.
But what I did was we had on Monday night at the handicraft shelter, I had some staff members helping me. We all had a different station, which was for a different country on a different continent, and we played games that scouts in different countries will play. So we had a game from the UK and Japan and Brazil and South Africa and Australia. And they were all like simple games that you just need simple materials for. And we came down and gave them a trading card and played some games and had fun.
Now, since we just got done with Sean's episode, and we had talked about him being literally all over the world almost. Mm-hmm. Was Sean down there?
Sean never came down there with me. But Sean did give me a display of some of his foreign scouting stuff that I could show off there.
Because he's literally the most diverse staffer we have.
International
being everywhere.
Yeah, he even lived in Turkey at one point, which
correct.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I knew he lived in Germany, Korea, and Japan, and not Turkey. And so I was like, there was a hidden one.
Yeah, you'll have to listen to his episode. He tells a story about how he got his hat, which I did not know. And so the hat that he wears all the time, you'll have to listen to that.
Yeah, it's cool. So do we want to get into our official results of the prediction war?
Yeah, I say we do.
Do you want to do the joke and word first?
Oh, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
Okay, so you're both looking at me. You want me to just go into it?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, that is true. Okay, we gave you homework. You know what you're doing.
They did give me homework, and I completed it for once.
While we recorded Sean's episode, JD got a word of the day, a joke of the day, and he came up with all the official answers for our camp predictions, so we can find out which of Hayden and I was more correct about the summer.
All right. Now, I did not figure out which one of you was more correct.
Oh, okay.
I just got answers.
Okay, I think we can remember this.
Yeah, I may have to pull up what our answers were.
Yeah.
All right. So your word of the day, I figured we needed a good word to sort of send the season out with a word that sort of means send the season out.
Okay.
So the word of the day, it's sort of common, so maybe not as rare as some of the ones you've seen before, but the word is jettison. And we are jettisoning the camp season out the window.
Okay.
We are casting it off and getting rid of it.
Yeah, I like how you said it's common. I've never heard that.
It is a somewhat common word. I'm not saying it is super common, but
read a book, Hayden. No,
it's true. Read a book.
I can't read.
But yeah, jettison. Jettison. Jettison.
It's a good word.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, kind of like launching.
Kind of. The technical definition originally was to throw something out of an airplane or
a jet.
No, that would have been before jets.
Same difference.
Airplane or ship, but it has over time been used to just get rid of stuff. You hear politicians jettisoning a part of a bill or something like that on the news. So jettison. And then your joke of the day, and this one is Dale Douthit approved.
Okay.
He sort of helped give me this.
Okay, this is going to be exciting.
All right. And this somewhat major players in history here.
Okay.
What do Alexander the Great and Winnie the Pooh have in common?
Gosh, I'm not sure.
I think I know.
What do you think, sir?
They have the same middle name.
They have the same middle name. The.
Okay.
So there is your Dale Douthit approved joke of the day.
Yeah.
I like it.
Did you know it said that on his birth certificate? Alexander the Great. No, they didn't even have birth certificates.
I was going to say, I didn't know they had.
Neither did Winnie the Pooh.
I don't know. Well, he was a teddy bear. He was probably made in a toy factory.
Alexander the Great was not a teddy bear.
He's from Macedonia.
He was. Yeah, he's the son of Philip. Yeah.
Philip the Great?
Yeah.
Or just Philip?
Something. Philip of Macedonia.
Yeah.
He had some other, fancy name because he was also famous. But
we'll call Sean back.
There you go, Sean. What's Philip's name?
Yeah. I'm sure you guys have noticed Sean's not here. Even if he was, you probably wouldn't notice he was here. So,
I sure noticed he was in the other episode.
That's true. As we got towards the end, he got more excited and started pointing at the mic a lot heavier.
Yeah, and whenever he talked to the audience, he would point at the microphone.
Yeah, he was
like,
really
if you're listening, and he would point at the microphone. So it was great. All right. So what was we gotta know?
All right.
We're correct. Let's go into this.
The first prediction that you all made was how many campfires would be rained out.
Ooh.
And one of you said 1 and one of you said 2. I believe Hayden said 1.
I think I said that 1 would get switched, but it wouldn't get rained out.
Oh, right. You said 1 would be threatened.
Yeah, it wouldn't get rained out.
Yeah.
Well, you were both wrong.
Yeah.
It was in the middle of the two, 1.5.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess 2, so I was closer.
That's true.
I'll take that point.
But Hayden was closest without going over, which would make him right in the Price is Right.
No,
that's true.
We're not going Price is Right rules.
This is game show year. So.
Yeah. No.
So, just to the background on those, we talked about the one that got moved, and I think it was week 3 as well.
The same week, yeah.
Yeah, the same week. The Friday night campfire, we got about halfway through it, and a thunderstorm spun up, literally from nowhere. It wasn't on a radar. Nobody, we checked the rain forecast 9 times that day, and it never happened.
Right.
Was never on the radar, and then there it was, and we're like, okay, let's move.
Yeah.
So we moved everybody to the dining hall. So
which the dining hall, and I hate to say this for anybody who is in love with the dining hall. A terrible place to have campfire.
It's better than not having one.
That's true, but it's like you can't hear anything.
I think so.
I don't know that it flowed smoothly enough in there to really say it was better than not having one at all.
Oddly enough, the best place to watch the campfire in the dining hall is outside.
Yes.
Because you can actually hear outside because the speak is just
You're right. It's just hard to hear in there because even if everyone is trying to be quiet, there's so much echo with that many people in the room. It's never going to work.
And the stage doesn't project sound out very well. It traps sound.
Right.
So like you think you're being loud on stage and then you're like 4 rows deep out front and you can't hear things.
Only the microphone is your only avenue. Yeah. And sometimes that doesn't even work well.
So that was a good thing to know because that was the first time we'd ever tried it.
Right.
After a whole year and a half of that being the plan, is the first time it actually happened.
Well, I don't think it's the plan any longer.
Okay.
At least for me.
Okay.
No, I can agree.
Well, yeah, but it was. I'm going to take that point. I was close.
Okay. Well, I'll let you have that one because I think I'll win this anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Dining hall serve time.
We didn't end up actually timing it.
No, we did not actually time it. So what Dale and I did to find the official answer to that is we checked the week 4 schedule because week 4 had our lowest number of people, so therefore it should have been the quickest.
Okay.
And we found the breakfast that had biscuits and chicken, which tends to be the fastest biscuit or fastest meal to be served, and that would be the pool.
Oh.
So,
sure. Okay.
Is that very fair? Probably not.
I don't remember what I said.
But if one of you said shooting sports and one of you said STEM.
Yeah, Zeph definitely said shooting sports.
Did we? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Zeph said STEM and Hayden said shooting sports.
I'm pretty sure I said shooting sports. Because, I mean, if we were actually
because you were saying it was yourself.
Yeah, if we were, which I don't know. We were with, I don't know that we were the ones.
But all summer, the serve time stayed fairly low. So, I mean, I don't know that anybody really lost that.
Right. I say we both take a point on that one.
That would be...
I think it just doesn't count. Well, if we both do or both don't,
well, yeah, but I want a point, so let's both take a point on that.
All right, fine. Let's look. Okay, there we go. So it's Hayden 1, Zeph 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we have the one here that clearly was won by Zeph, and that was the number of dime awards during the summer.
I don't know. I think we're pushing this one a little bit.
Okay.
Hayden said, I believe 53.
Yeah.
And Zeph said 7.
Yeah.
The official number that was given to me by the shooting sports director was 15.
Okay. Oh. I do have to say, I am rallying for half a point here. Even though it doesn't matter, got the exact number for the first ROTC week of how many dime awards there were. So I think I should get half a point.
I think you just got a brownie point for that one.
I think I should get half a point.
We already acknowledged how impressive that was the week that it happened. I mean, it was quite an interesting coincidence, but it doesn't affect the contest.
I don't know.
I'm giving the point to Zeph. I've already established that I am the boss.
No, apparently. I would definitely give it. Zeph was definitely closer than I was.
Okay.
All right, the next one is one that anybody who took this preseason was going to miss because it was the strangest thing ever. The hottest week of summer, one of you said specialty week, one of you said week 4.
I said specialty week.
No, I said specialty week. Oh. You said week 3.
Week 3.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, the answer was week 1.
Oh,
by long shots.
Yes, which is wild.
Yeah. Normally staff is rolling out of bed wearing hoodies and it's 40 in the morning and it was 90 during the week and
it went up to like 95, 96.
Yeah, pushing 100 in the heat index. It was miserable.
Yeah, it was terrible. So I was closer that week.
You were closer.
So I get a point.
You do get a point.
Yeah.
A point that actually counts. Here you go.
So that's what, 2 to 3?
Yeah, 2 to 3 or 1 to 2, whichever one.
All right.
Anyway. 2 to 3.
Next is the wettest week. And I don't remember at all what your
I think Hayden got this one right on the money.
Yeah,
Hayden guessed. So. I said week 2. He said specialty week, which was NYLT.
Right. Yeah, and it was definitely the wettest week.
It was definitely NYLT is what I wrote. Since we dropped specialty week, I wrote NYLT.
Right. So that was definitely it.
3 to 3.
Yeah, we're tied.
Close.
All right. Candy, per our trading post department.
Ooh.
What were our answers on that one, Zach?
I think I said Reese's.
Hayden said Reese's and I said Twix.
You were both wrong.
Oh.
The answer is the Kit Kat.
Oh, strange.
Okay.
I wouldn't have
Kit
guessed
Kat
that
was
one.
the answer.
Okay.
Huh.
All right, soda.
Okay.
I think I
Soda,
said-
we both said it would be Mountain Dew, and
Yeah.
I will say, I'm obviously it doesn't count for the
Right.
contest, but I think it's definitely was Dr. Pepper.
It was definitely Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
I could see that now that I've thought about it and been like in the trading post this summer.
And if I had gone with my gut at the beginning of the summer and went with my favorite, I would have said Dr. Pepper. So I was.
And
See, I'm not a big fan of Dr. Pepper.
And what I wonder, and I don't know how this would affect it, but if you count Dr. Enuf
Mhm.
as a soda and stocked it fully
Right.
like the others was,
Mhm.
I bet Dr. Enuf would probably have
Oh,
won
yeah.
that.
Do
We
we sell Dr. Enough for the same price as like a can?
I think it was $2 instead of $1.
Maybe.
Because I think that would affect it.
Right.
I do not know, but I know we
Or
sold
maybe
out
it was
of
$150. I think it was a little bit more.
we
than
sold
that.
out of Dr. Enuf middle of week
Right.
2 or week 3 and did
Okay.
not restock it. So
I remember which week did we have a troop from Pennsylvania?
3.
Okay, then it would have been week 3.
Okay.
Because I remember having kids from Pennsylvania in my class who got hooked on Dr. Enough.
Yeah.
And that I was made me proud of my East Tennessee heritage.
And that may or may not have been my fault. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I got their leaders hooked on them. And
Well,
then
I just wanted to know. So I know we ran out. How much of that was just you down there buying?
I did not buy any Dr. Enough from the trading post this year.
Wow, so you didn't
I
contribute
was-
at all.
I was stocked ahead of time because I had a feeling we were going to run out.
Okay.
don't
Now
know.
I did have this one scout in my reptile and amphibian class that he brought like 2 Dr. Enoughs into the class, and I was telling him, "Wow, you must really like that stuff. I'm glad you were enjoying our local heritage." And he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna get these like ordered online when I go back home because I love them so much."
If anybody out there is out of the listening area and enjoyed Dr. Enough while they were at camp this summer, you can also find those at your local Cracker Barrel in
Really?
some places
Oh,
nationwide. You can buy them at Cracker Barrels nationwide.
I didn't know that.
The last time I went to NOAC, it was at Michigan State University, and I had a map that I printed out of every Cracker Barrel between the house and Michigan State that sold Dr. Enough.
He hit every single one.
It's not every Cracker Barrel.
It is not every Cracker Barrel.
Select Cracker Barrels
Yes.
nationwide.
So it sounds like you can Google map of like Dr. Enough or something.
No, I made my own map.
Oh, did you call every Cracker Barrel in the country like, "Hey, do you have Dr. Enough?"
No. So I found somewhere a map that had that.
Okay, so it does exist out there.
Maybe. I don't know if they keep it updated still
Right.
or if it was
So it
early.
So
sounds
if
like-
somebody wants a cool weekend project, this is my challenge to you. Call every Cracker Barrel in existence and figure it out, and then send us the list. We will digitize it and put it out for the world.
Oh
if you
my
do
God.
But anyway, that is one way that you can get it. But I'm pretty sure they do ship as
You
well.
can definitely order it
Yeah.
online, at least through Amazon or something. But it sounds like Dr. Enough's expanding then if we're going to Cracker Barrels all over.
But that was, when was the last time I went to a NOAC? 2012.
Okay.
So I mean, they've been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Send your orders to Zeph. He will single-handedly ship your order to you.
No, I'm not. If maybe if you pay an extra shipping fee.
Yeah, if you pay $300 plus whatever the Dr. Enough costs, we'll ship it to you.
Or just buy from the source. Anyway, what's our next question?
The next question was, what was the most sold slushy flavor?
Now, see, now my answer has changed since I did. Obviously, it won't
Okay.
count.
Right.
But so I have found that cherry or mango has been pretty
Mhm.
popular this summer.
No, I did yes cherry.
Yeah.
And you
So
guessed
I'll
mermaid.
be honest.
What,
Yeah, I
what
guess
did you guess,
mermaid.
Hayden? You guess mermaid. Okay, so before I do answer this one, to address the mermaid thing, the flavor of what mermaid was changed midsummer.
It did.
Mhm.
The slushy guy came back to refill it and refilled it with something else. And it was not mermaid. It was not the same.
Or did Slush Puppy change the recipe?
No.
Could have. I don't know, but it was not the same.
Okay.
Starting like week 2, it was middle of the summer when he came and restocked. It was not the same
It
after
wasn't that good.
It-
That's why I switched from mermaid to mango.
Okay.
And so mango is my favorite flavor.
Flavor.
Favorite flavor this
So
summer.
with that being said, Zeph gets the point because it was cherry.
Yeah.
I can see that. And like I said, now that I was down in the trading post and kind of saw what people, it was definitely cherry. I could have seen that one.
Now I did try. What did I get the other day? I got mango, watermelon, and blue raspberry.
Together,
yeah.
Wow, so it's like 3 slushies.
Yeah. When I go, I get cherry and blue raspberry because
I tried cherry. I'm not a big fan of cherry.
A few years ago at Sonic, they did an Optimus Prime slush as a.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
And it was cherry blue raspberry, and it was a great combination. So I continue that.
I remember because they also had like the Bumblebee and like the other ones. Yeah,
they had a Decepticon one too.
Yeah,
the only one that was good was the Optimus Prime one, but. And then moving on to your last prediction and the saddest of the predictions.
And the most important.
I don't know that it's the most important anymore. Is the volleyball record. And Zeph, I think you said 3-1.
I said 3-1.
Hayden confidently said 4-0.
That was our problem the whole season.
And we went 1-3.
Yeah. I was still closer.
You were still closer. That is true.
So do we count the one that we played last night?
No.
Staff winning.
Staff definitely won that one and also definitely lost that one. So
it canceled that.
Yeah.
See, we were saying, because you claimed an even season because you counted the ROTC weeks, because there were 2 ROTC weeks and we won volleyball against both of them. So I don't know why we went downhill all of a sudden when the Scoutmasters came in. But we
little stiffer competition from the Scoutmasters.
See, I would expect the ROTC people to be better competition.
Yeah, so you'd think because the younger kids kind of, but no.
And I think one of the things that, and this is something that I don't know if it actually matters or not, but I'm attributing it in my mind, at least partially, as part of our issue, is their increase in Florida troops. Volleyball is a lot bigger of a sport in Florida than it is in
Maybe we stop
mountains.
advertising in Florida. Let's go to like Nevada or something and advertise.
Yeah.
Go to the opposite.
Somewhere they don't have sand.
No beaches.
I do remember interviewing one of the Scoutmasters on the volleyball coverage after week 2, I think, and he's from South Carolina, and he said he played it like all day through the summer and trained up, and I was like, oh man, that's why
I want to say week 1 we had a gentleman that trained with one of the Olympians.
What? Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Not specifically for Scoutmaster.
But he had played volleyball with one of the Olympians for beach volleyball. I don't remember which one. Remember.
Mike would be able to tell us.
Yeah, maybe. But he was our downfall that week.
Wow.
When he started serving, we couldn't do anything with it. Week 2, we had the gentleman you were talking about that just played all the time. And
who's from
week 2 was our best showing. Other than the week we won. Week 2 was our best show.
Week 2 was a close game, and I remember, and interesting to watch, at least. I remember that was the first one that I covered on YouTube, and it was good sport viewing. And as a non-sports viewer.
Week 3 was just all around awful.
Yeah,
I don't know that there was any one specific Scoutmaster that sort of sank us, but
that just didn't play.
So
Staff did not know they were playing volleyball.
Week 3, I have a very specific thing that I'm going to blame week 3 on. All right. And I sort of tested this yesterday. All right. Week 3, I'm going to blame on our supper meal on Thursday night, which was Roma's Pizza.
Oh.
And staff was sluggish from that. And I had Roma's Pizza for lunch yesterday, and I was sluggish to begin the game last night. And that had been 7.5 hours since I ate the pizza.
At that point, I don't know if you can blame the pizza.
No, I kind of agree with JD because I felt the same thing. But there's one big thing that I think to blame it on.
Okay.
That night specifically, JD and Mike had come up with a team and a B team. And so what happened was, and what I think I attribute it to, was the A team got a big head and was like, oh, we're the best players. And then the B team was like, they don't want us to play. We're like the worst, blah, blah, blah.
And that wasn't really what it was. Right. It was a mixture of good and bad on each team.
It was just that we needed an A team.
I don't know that anybody on staff necessarily qualifies with the word good, but better and worse.
Right.
Yeah. To sort of spread it out, because what we find happens a lot of times is sort of the upper, better players on staff can hold their own and be competitive. But when there's always a rotation, no matter how much we try to stop it, where 5 of the 6 players on the court have no idea how to play volleyball.
Yeah.
And they just get abused. And so we were trying to stop that by spreading out the decent players and the not so decent players. Right. And it was a disaster.
Yeah, I think our biggest thing is everybody that really wants to play gets there early. Like games at 7:30, they're there at 7:30. And then the people who are kind of like iffy about playing or like, I don't know if I want to do this, they show up after. And so you get this rotation because everybody that's on staff that's there wants to play. And so that's obviously, and you let them play because that's just the right thing to do. And so you have all your good players in at the beginning of the rotation because that's who you had to work with. And then they just start rotating in. It's kind of the people who are like, I don't really know if I want to play volleyball. So
that makes sense too. Maybe.
But we did win week 4.
Yeah,
so, that's true. We played amazing.
It was a great
That was a great one.
Yeah. And there are multiple things that have been attributed to that win as well. I know Ethan Rose decided that he was the problem, and so he wanted to be with me on the YouTube commentary instead. And he did pretty well with that. And
you guys kept up the score way better.
They did win without him, so maybe he was right. Avery found a little piece of wood in the field, like midway through the game when y'all were starting to lose again, and he started knocking on it, and then you started winning again, so he attributes it to that.
I was not there at the beginning.
That's true. We played really good when JD wasn't there.
As I was observing this game, I noticed the ebb and flow might have had to do with how much JD was yelling at the staff, and whenever he did, they got worse. So that's what I blamed it on.
I do yell at staff a lot during a volleyball game.
Yes, he does. I made fun of you constantly for it on the commentary.
Yeah. But no, it was definitely.
I also did not run Samuel over in week 4.
Yeah, you did not karate chop his neck into.
You can see that on the week 3 volleyball.
I'm pretty sure it was week 3.
Yeah, it's about 13 minutes in.
Okay,
yeah,
Hayden knows the time.
Well, no, it's because I've looked. JD's been like, "Can I see that again?" But somewhere around in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
I went in and I told Samuel that he had his little area. Don't play out of it.
Yeah,
and he got out of it. Into my area.
So you're going to blame him for running him over.
Oh, yeah. He was in my area. I told him multiple times, do not get in my area. And he got in my area. And I stomped his sore toe, and then I karate chopped him in the neck.
Oh, gosh.
Neither of which was on purpose, but it was really impressive.
Yeah, that is the one thing. Me and the bigger people that play, when like they don't move too fast, like me and JD and like a couple other of us that are bigger, we don't move too fast. And like when somebody tries to come and like run into it, they hit like a brick wall. Mm-hmm. Especially JD. JD doesn't move. If he's gonna stand somewhere, he's gonna stand there. But Ross found that out. I had told Ross week 1 that if you need to get the ball, try to push me out the way, but I'm probably not going to move. And the best moment is I'm standing there in the middle. The ball comes down, and I couldn't hit it, and so I just avoided it. Well, Ross came and like tries to tackle me and hit the ball, and he just bounced off and was like laying on the ground.
Somebody last night bounced off me. Was it you?
No, I don't remember who. I think it was Pop-Tart.
Last night when the staff were playing against each other, I went down to try and get pictures for Instagram, and I just kept taking as many pictures as action pictures as I could while you're playing, and just picked some later to put on there. And I got a good couple action shots of people falling over on other people. I know there was one of Aaron falling on Andy, and there's one of Ethan falling on Stefan.
Maybe it was Andy was who I knocked over.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I was sore last night, but I didn't run into a brick wall.
Somebody did.
Well, as soon as we lost the week 1 game, I knew that I was closer on the prediction.
That's true.
Zane went 4-0, so I get that point, meaning that I was the most correct.
That's true. You were. I'll give it to
summer, which, according to Hayden, in his own words from the episode where we did this, that means I'm a better person.
Yeah, obviously.
Now, I don't know that I'm going to claim that, but he said it, not me.
You're not taking into account where I got all of them right because my answers aren't on recording anywhere, so I got them all right.
Oh, yeah. Of course you do. Well, your answers are right there. They're the official ones that you brought in.
That's true. I think there's a conspiracy here.
What's that?
I think he listened to the episode and picked which ones you would be most right with. I definitely. Yeah, what?
Rigged the summer.
Rigged, yeah. Rigged the entire summer. He lost on purpose.
If there's anyone who's not losing on purpose, I think it's JD.
I don't know. It was pretty funny last night. We were playing. We're going to talk about volleyball a lot.
Yeah.
We were playing volleyball, and every time we were in like the second game of the second set, and Andy was serving it. Mm-hmm. Every time Andy would serve it, it would hit somebody and then hit Steven. for 10 points.
I remember being good at serving.
Andy was good at Steven.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, like someone else would.
Yeah, on the other team, they would try to return it, and it would hit Steven.
Okay.
but like for 10 points, somebody would hit it, and it would just hit Steven.
And what's funny is we were trying to set it up on his last serve. We had the game point, and he was still serving. Like he started out, we were losing 9-8.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, we were up 20-9.
Oh, wow.
And we're like, Andy, just hit this as hard as you can and put it down there in the Gaga pit. Just send it flying. So he hits it as hard as he can, and it's a line drive, and it somehow clears the net, doesn't hit it, and hits Clayton right in the chest and falls.
It was like the best serve ever.
So
Like that, it was great.
Oh, man.
it was hilarious because we were trying to lose
Yeah.
and move the point around some, and it just didn't happen. He hit Clayton right in the chest.
Yeah, we all laughed. It was great. So, but yeah, no, we had fun last night. Staff versus staff.
And we've had fun all summer.
Good.
And you can see all of the fun pictures of all summer on our Instagram at Camp Davy Chronicles.
Yeah.
And we'll put up our picture of Hayden and me with the 50 flower bed to cap off the summer. And then if assuming we're still around in 50 years for the 100th anniversary and we make 100 flower bed, well, I mean, who knows? Then
we have to at this point.
Yeah, we have to. If we're still here, we'll make it happen and we'll recreate the picture. That's our plan, our long-term 50-year plan.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be what? 70?
How old are you now?
20?
Well, then yes.
70. Yeah.
I knew how old you were.
I don't know if I want to plant flowers at 70. I really want to plant flowers at 20.
Well, you can have somebody else plant flowers.
At that point,
and then
we'll be old enough to make other people do the work for us.
Speaking of older folks doing stuff,
yeah.
Another cool moment from the summer, sort of as a good capstone, is we did have the color guard last night.
Oh, yeah.
That was all senior staffers.
Yeah, and so James's wife Barbara recorded that, and we are working on getting that recording.
Okay.
And so hopefully that'll be able to go up on the YouTube. Hopefully,
yeah, I hope so, because I only caught the tail end of it because I had a late group of kids.
But the whole thought going into it was, what can we do that would throw staff off the most?
Okay.
So Dale came down and did the calls sort of as the program director.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And then we had our senior staff
do the flag
ceremony.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which was really cool.
Honor guard.
To have to have Dale Douthit out in the field saying, "Let's start the evening off with a song," made me so happy.
Yeah.
No words for that. Oh, man.
And then he sung the, what was it, Happier You Know It?
Yeah, Happy and You Know It. You let us in Happy and You Know It. Yep.
So
he said, "Are you happy?
Yeah.
And do you know it?" And then we sang the song.
Which is what
great.
I think we should use every time we sing a song.
That was a good lead in. Yeah. All right.
So.
Ooh.
Well, with that, I've been wanting to say this all summer. I thought about it through the halfway point, and now I get to say it. But with that, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Are you not doing a thought of the day?
Oh, yeah. What's the
thought?
I can't think. There's no thought of the summer.
No, I'm just sad.
The thought of the summer is that's a wrap on our 50th anniversary camp season.
Okay. I will hold
what?
on. You gotta let me think about this.
Are you going to have a thought of the day?
I don't know.
We could
Okay. No, I do.
Oh, okay,
I do have one.
Okay.
This one's great. Okay.
And thought of the summer.
Yes. So we thought about this rain. Okay. Like we talked about being the rain. What is rain? Well, multiple times throughout the summer, and other people have told me this, but JD specifically because I hang out around him. We talk about running in the rain, and just by evidence, you get more wet when you run in the rain because more raindrops are hitting you, right? Okay. So does that mean walking in the rain gets you less wet? So what is the optimal speed
oh, man.
of walking in the rain where you get the least bout of raindrops on you?
So that whole conversation started the first couple of years I worked.
Mm-hmm.
If we were at a flag ceremony and it started to rain, we wouldn't stop. We'd still, be out there and we'd do all the normal announcements. But some goober staff member would always step out and announce and keep everybody else there longer that statistically you get more wet when you run through the rain. And it's like, are you sure about that? Because right now we're getting soaked and we're standing in it.
Well, see, that's what I've always thought. If you stop, do you...
So the addendum to that I always try to add, just being fun with it, is statistically you get more wet when you run through the rain. unless you avoid the heavier rainfall by running. In which case,
that's true. If it's just starting and you run,
yeah.
But no, I've always thought about that. Like ever since I've heard that, what is the optimal walking speed?
Walking/running speed.
Yeah, for rain.
Good
we
question.
got to get scientists on that.
Yeah, I know.
Figure it out, Aaron.
So, yeah. Where's the nerd council?
We did scientifically study what the fastest way to get from staff camp to the lake is.
Did
we?
Yeah.
Okay,
no. So me and JD measured this.
So on Tate's episode, we had him talking about how the lakefront staff disagrees on what the fastest way is to get from the staff camp to the lakefront. And apparently, it's been measured now.
Right.
So it has been measured. Okay. We can tell you what the shortest distance is. I don't know that it necessarily means the fastest.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So from staff camp, if you walk through the field of the OA shelter around, it is 2,450 feet to the gate exactly.
Around which way?
Around the field of OA shelter, around a raccoon, in front of Gray Squirrel. There.
Okay.
And we took the professional Caleb with us because he knew which way they walked.
Okay.
So he took us exactly the path that they would walk.
Okay.
So then we turned around and went back Old Parade Field that way. And it was 2,285 feet, so almost 200 less feet that way.
Did you go up through the Old Parade Field?
Yes.
Okay.
We went the way Caleb said would be the shortest.
Okay. So that way is shorter.
Yes.
Officially.
Almost 200 feet short.
Okay. Well, you heard it here maybe first. Probably not. I mean, I don't know.
Well, no one else has measured.
Well, but I mean, the lakefront staff might have been talking about it already. I don't know.
So
anyway,
with that being said, if you go fastest, it would depend on which way you're going. I would think, because if you're going from staff camp to the lakefront and you go around by the raccoon shelter, it's basically downhill the whole way.
That's what they were saying, yeah.
Whereas if you go through the old parade field,
it is uphill.
It is slightly uphill at the end.
Right. Now, if you run one way and walk the other, it's fast enough.
Right. So we had determined that amongst all of us that we would go the raccoon way on the way to lakefront and the old parade field on the way back.
I think that's how they do it.
Make a big loop.
They do not do that.
They don't?
Or at least I have not. They go the same raccoon way.
Both ways.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Oh.
So maybe this is some advice for lakefront.
Yeah, lakefront staff, get your act together.
Yep. So. Okay.
Okay. Well, now there's the thought of the summer, I guess.
Yep. Now
the rain one. Yeah, now it's a wrap. All right. It's been a great year to be a staff member at Camp Davy Fun.
Crockett.
Bye.